Yeah, that we had a good start. That we moved the puck extremely well, kept things real simple. Yeah, it was a really good start, and then then it got a little tougher after that. But that wasn't based on, I thought, nothing more than rhythm. Just the rhythm of the game kind of got lost in all the penalty killing.
John, you're referred to almost a perfect weekend here. Carry around the week in the same tonight. You know what the extent of that injury is, but I mean, if there's the need for a little lead, it's hard to imagine. He could have done much more in terms of making his case against this week.
Yeah, well, he's making his case, but he's the only guy left, right?
True.
So, so, but good for Yanni. I mean, he's at some point, very deserving, as we've all watched this year, to get a chance up there. And if it comes now and that's an injury where they need him, well, then that'd be very well deserved. He's having a terrific year, so I'd be really excited for him.
Sure, this is a Hamilton 11 where you guys have typically had those games against. Just what was the difference this week? Some good tackles.
Well, like I think I said last night, I thought we had a good week of practice. We're home for the second week. I'll stay with that because I really believe in that. My 4 years here, it's always really tough to play at home our first weekend for whatever reasons. And then, we had good practices, and we got an influx of players. We got some energy. Gillies went in today. We found a way to win with a new body in there, and he gave us some life and some energy on the bench. He's a pretty mature man. He's been through the wars, and then you have O'Brien in there, and you have Smith back in there, and you have Jones back in there. So just some new bodies gave us some life too. At a critical time, this is a time when you'd like to get some energy.
You spoke yesterday about having a really good week of practice leading up to the games this weekend. I mean, what do you guys got to do with only 2 days to prepare for Stroud?
We'll get our rest tomorrow. We're going to spend some time together as a team, like a team building event. So get some rest tomorrow and get together again as a team and get to know each other because we have a lot of new people. And then Monday we just need a crisp practice. We just need a crisp practice. We need to figure out our injury situation and where we're at with that whole thing and where Calgary's at, and then make our plans to move forward. But obviously we had some guys sitting out tonight, so we'd like to get some guys back in the lineup here in the next couple of games. But as we said the other day, it's with a short day of practice, meaning 1 day of practice, it'll be tough for a guy to push through like he could in a week's time of practice. So guys that didn't sit out today got a little tougher push to get back in the lineup. They need some breaks because this particular group is playing pretty well.
Your penalty kill hasn't always been the strongest suit of your club, but this weekend you're perfect. Talk about what's been going right. Obviously, I see Grennan out there a lot. I think it's just the ebb and flow of the American Hockey League and goaltending, but I think you're fair. It's a fair comment. We haven't been great all year. We've had our moments where we've been really good, and then we seem to shoot ourselves in the foot, so to speak. But over the last couple of weeks, we've been pretty effective, and the only thing I can really attribute it to is, again, like we talked about last week, was being a little bit more offensive-minded. We got another shorthanded goal here tonight. So we've had some good push, and that changes the complexion of the offensive team, knowing that, kind of like our power play at the end. Like, we couldn't win a draw on the power play, and they just went right down, and we took a penalty, and we gave up chances. So once the other team has that element of attack, it changes the mindset of the power play people. So I think that's helped us as well.
How do you team build how do you team build at practices for this very busy week?
Well, a lot of our team building is early before practice. There's just a lot of little things that go on in the room. For example, it's just we have little ping pong tournaments. These guys spend a lot of time together. Like our stretches, our team stretches, all these things are team building. When you have a bunch of characters in there, team building's pretty easy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot being said. As far as tomorrow, we won't actually have a practice, but they're going to go watch the Super Bowl together as a team and spend the afternoon together, and that'll be really critical because usually that bantering is nothing about hockey. It's just about getting to know each other and getting on each other's cases. And what that does is that just moves into the locker room. And once you get to know somebody a little bit more intimately relative to stories and things that have happened in their life, it picks up the life in the locker room a lot. It isn't as quiet. So tomorrow's a critical day.
What do you expect from your players for the coming games?
Well, we just have to stay with our identity. It's a good question. We have to stay with our identity. We know what our identity is. We know exactly how we want to play, and whether we're playing well or whether we're not playing so well, whatever it may be at the particular time. Our staff is just concerned that we play with our team identity, and we cannot lose our identity at any point in time the rest of the year. We understand how we have to play, and we're beyond the sign of the process right now. So if you said, how do we play well this weekend or this coming week, like everything pretty much now you're into where you can get a push and get away from some teams in the standings. You have to win. Whether you play poorly, you have to find a way to win. If you play well, you have to find a way to win still. Like it's really about our identity and playing to our identity.
How much fun is it for you as a coach to be at this group this year? You know, it's even the little things like putting Gillies in the middle of the stick path at the end of the game, you know, didn't really go as it usually does. As a coach, how much fun is this group compared to those that you've had in previous years?
I think this group is similar to year one a little bit, but a little bit more young-hearted, a little bit more light-hearted group, this group here. They don't have a panic button like the year one did a little bit. They're more of a relaxed group. I thought we were like last weekend, it's our strength, but it's our weakness. Last weekend I thought we were active, but we weren't assertive. There's a big difference between just playing active and assertive. And so this weekend we're a little bit more assertive. When we're very assertive as a group and we take charge, like they're a good group to be around. They've always provided us with good life as coaches, and they give us good energy every day. And part of that is just, I think, is the identity as the group has grown. It's changed, and it's a tough change. When you add in all the older guys we've added in here in the last couple of weeks, the dynamic has changed, but they've still remained a lighthearted group. Like I've mentioned, O'Brien, really Gillies. These are lighthearted, like guys that have a lot of fun with what they're doing, but they're very professional about what they do, and they've brought a lot of energy to our team.
Last question. Do you know if McDonald will be available for Tuesday, or is that something that sorts itself out Sunday?
Yeah, McDonald will sort itself out. I really don't know where he's at, and I'll just wait for a medical report and see what happens. But I don't know where he's at. He's in good spirits today. I thought he had a good day. He had a pretty good day yesterday, but he had a really pretty good day today. So, but that's in the medical world. We'll figure that out, I guess, over time.
Denver, Seattle tomorrow?
Denver versus Seattle tomorrow. Well, I used to live in Denver, so I went to a lot of Bronco games at the old Mile High. So, but I've lived in so many places. Like I've probably lived in 10 NFL cities. So, ironically, I would tell you that I'm probably rooting for the Broncos just because I live there and I got a lot of buddies and a lot of people that are still friends there that will be super excited. But in general, I'll just be a good fan when I can watch it. But I'll probably be immersed in game tape. I don't think I'll see much of the game. You can see all the commercials now on everything else, so it's like takes a lot of the fun off. Like you just YouTube everything, it's already there, so it's not like you have to watch the game anymore.
Great. Thanks, John.
Thank you.